What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for the weekly rotation, and we've got some varied options here. A couple of channel favorites, some stuff I reach back for, some newer stuff, very, very much newer stuff to the collection that I've really been enjoying. So a lot of freshies this week because we did have some kind of milder weather, but it was still pretty hot. I mean, call it what it is. It was mid to high 80s, feels like the low 90s with humidity. It's still hot, not quite fall weather yet, so I'm still rocking mostly freshies. Let's discuss them. It's week number 251. Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is one from Acqua de Parma in their Blue Mediterranean line that I have been meaning to spend time with for a while. This is literally like the second time I've worn this fragrance. It is Mirto di Panarea, and this is very much a fresh floral green coastal aquatic type of fragrance. A lot of myrtle, jasmine, things like that give it this fresh floral feel. A little creamy, a touch powdery, but overall fresh, uplifting, very inviting type of fragrance. Perfectly unisex. Anybody can enjoy this. This big 5.1 ounce bottle. I want to say I paid somewhere in the $50s to $60 price range because their testers come with a cap. And I love grabbing their testers because it's really a serious bargain because Acqua de Parma, super high quality stuff. The Blue Mediterranean line in general, some of the best freshies money can buy. Again, from that discounter market in that $50 to $80 price range, pretty hard to beat. And this is one that's actually quite unique for what it is because I don't have anything else in my collection that smells even remotely close to this. So really good quality freshie. On Sunday, during the day, and out the shower was Acqua de Parma's Mirto di Panarea. Moving into Monday, I wore a couple sprays to the gym. I wore it after the gym. I wore it out the shower in the evening. I'm loving this one. It is a clone to Kilian's Blue Moon Ginger Splash, which I have not tried. And since the clone is this damn good, I really want to try the original. This is Paris Corner's Moscow Mule. Mauge, I believe. Moscow Mule. Love the bottle. Seen a lot of people, more than I would think. Not say a lot, it's a handful of people roughly, talking about Nautica Voyage. Look, in the opening a little bit, but here's the biggest difference for me to squash all that, is this is a spicy, minty green heart to this fragrance that's very present from early on, from many hours through the lifespan of this fragrance, which is all stuff that you do not get from Nautica Voyage. So aside from the fresh opening, I don't completely understand it because ginger, I want to say there's basil, there's mint, just a couple of notes right there that are dominant notes that I don't get in Nautica Voyage. But I'll tell you what, if the first time I try a fragrance profile, it's the clone, and the clone makes me feel the way this one does, I bet the original's amazing. Because I'll tell you right now, Paris Corner does a good job, but I'm willing to bet that Kilian Blue Moon Ginger Splash is just so much better because of the quality and, it being blended by a master perfumer. There's big outlying factors that'll make a big difference. But for the money, this is 30 some odd bucks. It's hard to beat if you just want to judge it as a standalone and don't look at it as a clone. This is really good. Average performance, 6-7 hours. Nothing crazy. Let's call it 5 to 7 hour range in longevity. Not super loud. I would say about an hour to an hour and a half, and it calms down close to the skin. But I'm loving the way this one smells. I gotta say, this is really, really, really good. All day long, I wore Paris Corner's Moscow Mule. Moving into Tuesday, a couple sprays for the gym. I've been wearing fragrances to the gym a bit more this past week because I really typically don't these days. I give myself a break at the gym. But a couple sprays for the gym. Refreshed that afternoon, wore it again out the shower. I am loving this. This has become one of my favorite designer releases of the year. Versace Eros Energy. Yes, it does smell like a Ventus cologne a bit, but it's still got this candied lemon at the top. Some woods, a little touch of green. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those complaining about how it's super redundant, look. Those that like to complain about fragrance, nobody ever, 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 ever is forcing you to spend your money on something. No brand, no content creator, nobody. The only person that forces you to spend your money on something is you. So, look, if you're like, oh, it's redundant, I don't need that, don't buy it, move on. Don't go griping on the internet, because I see it for this one. This is actually a really damn good fragrance. And yeah, it is redundant. In my collection, super redundant. Doesn't change the fact that I enjoy it. It offers something a little different, because we already have a lemon-heavy type of Ventus. It's called Club de Nuit Intense Man. I get it. This is superior. This is a better fragrance than Club de Nuit Intense Man. It lacks the smokiness. They're not the same fragrance, because this doesn't have all that smokiness. But as far as a lemon opening of Ventus, yeah, there's that. But I do prefer this. It's a little bit smoother. It's not as cheap and synthetic smelling. And my wife absolutely adores this scent profile, as do I. This is a hit in the household. So, I don't know, call me a sucker for certain redundancy, because I'm surrounded by redundancy in my fragrance collection, but I'll be damned. This smells great. Don't knock it until you try it. And even if you do try it and you don't like it, don't go bitching and complaining on the internet about it. So what? You don't like it. You don't need to go to every forum and every video about it, complaining about it. Find a better hobby. I don't know what to tell you, because this is a damn good fragrance for me. Versace Eros Energy, all day long. Moving into Wednesday, a beautiful fresh iris that, you know, I hadn't spent a lot of time with prior. Lately, I've been enjoying quite a bit. Great everyday wear for the fall season. This slightly milder temperature that I'm getting, still warm, but it works. It really does work well. It's Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. Really good fragrance. A lot of people are fans of this from what I have gathered. It's hard not to like if you want a good fresh powdery iris, a little bit of fresh spice, woods, greens. Nice and aromatic, a touch sweet. It's not over the top sweet like a lot of designers. It's hard not to like this one if you like powdery iris. I think it's a little much for super high heat, but then again, it's not the end of the world. You could do a lot worse. The spices in here, you'll see a lot of spice from cardamom and basil and stuff like that, but it's not as spicy as you might think. It's a light undertone of spices, a green spice. Obviously, with basil and cardamom, you're going to get that. But it's not a warm, spicy, or bitter type of spice. Cardamom, depending on where it's sourced and the type of cardamom oil, it can be, come across a couple different ways. It's more of a fresh, green, spicy type of tone. Again, supportive player to the iris that brings this nice powdered, soft, fresh feel to the fragrance. Lovely stuff. Everyday type of wear for somebody that wants to be different. During the day, I went with Gentleman EDT Intense. And then when I got out the shower, it was time for a shave. And I grabbed my signature rosé shave set. Here's the splash, and of course I gave myself more sprays of the fragrance than I needed. I probably threw like 7 or 8 sprays on. Absolutely unnecessary, but I did it anyway, because I love when I do pull this one out to spray it. It's a masterpiece. So good. Sweet smoky rose, slight warm wood ambery tone. It never gets old smelling this fragrance. It never gets old. If you've never sampled this, spend the $7 and try a sample for yourself. You may love it, you may hate it. But if you don't try it, you won't know. And out the shower, it was a pure joy for me. Had a shave. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Moving into Thursday, quintessential fall blue. Sweet monster performer. YSL Y Eau de Parfum. Juicy fruit, super apple, super green apple at the top. Metallic, synthetic, fresh, musky, and fresh spicy. Because I do get a little bit of a metallic tone to it. I wouldn't call it as metallic as something like Ganymede or anything like that. Not that kind of level, but a little bit. Shower gel type of stuff. More of a sweet fruity tone than anything else. High compliment factor. So much sillage, you can taste the damn thing when you wear it for the first couple of hours, because I don't go nose blind really quickly to it. It takes a little while, believe it or not. For being cheap and synthetic smelling and overwhelmingly powerful, you would think my nose goes within 20 minutes. And no, it takes about 2 hours. For about 2 hours, I am like suffocating living in this sillage. This stuff is really strong coming off of my neck. What a monster. Eventually my nose kind of gets tamed to the profile and fades for a little while, and then it'll come back to life. an hour or two later. So it's not like severe nose fatigue, not like you would think. I know some people get more nose fatigue from this than others. Surprisingly, I don't experience like overwhelming, my receptors just got fried from it type of stuff. Some fragrances do that to me. Sauvage does that to me. Beautiful stuff. It really is. I don't like it in the summer because it's so over the top powerful and sweet that I think it's just better suited for the fall. I really think ideally the fall time is the best for it. You can wear it year round, really and truly. It's signature scent worthy type of stuff. High probability compliment factor. Again, incredible performance. Just hard to beat. It was great to reach back for it. It's been a little while since I wore it. It's a damn good fragrance. You should really try it if you haven't yet. It is Yves Saint Laurent's Y Eau de Parfum. Moving into Friday, a couple sprays to the gym. Many more sprays than that as a refresh in the afternoon. And then I wore it again out the shower. My favorite release of the year, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. That juice level definitely continues to drop. I am such a fan. I couldn't tell you the last time I wore a fragrance this often in 1 year. And I've only had it for a full season. I've had it about 3 months now. And I've knocked the juice level down that much. I couldn't tell you how many years it's been since I spent this much time on one fragrance. Just going back to the well. It just really suits my personality and my taste. Wintergreen fresh, crisp from the apple. I don't really get a lot of the fruitiness. And I actually don't get a lot of the coconut. I know more and more people are getting the coconut as it macerates more, but I get a little bit of coconut creaminess, more so than I get in the apple. Powdery iris, salty sea breeze, aquatic type of accord, and a nice clean musk. This is really good. This is like really, really good. Clearly, I mean, it's my favorite fragrance. It is legitimately my favorite fragrance. It's the one I keep going back to. It's the one I'm continuously wearing, and I just never get tired of it. I never want to move on from it and take a few weeks off from it. At some point every week, I get in the mood to wear this fragrance. So all day long, Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Finally on Saturday, a channel favorite. I did give myself 2 sprays to go to the gym. I did give myself 8 sprays in the evening, in the afternoon after the gym. And I gave myself another 3 sprays out the shower because I figured, what the hell. We had it out. We were spraying it. Salvatore Ferragamo. Acqua Essenziale Blue. An all-time great on this channel. Never gets old. Never, ever, ever. Citrus, green, fresh and spicy, powdery aromatic, sweet. Tonka bean lavender. It's a aromatic, powdery sweetness. Not so much soapy. There's cypriol and a little bit of a woody note. I want to say it's cedar. They kind of ground it. It's not over the top filled with ambroxan, but definitely a little bit here. There's a lot of stuff that you can depict from this fragrance. A lot of the notes are very present. It's not much of a guessing game here. And while it borrows elements from several different fragrances, it's still kind of its own blue at the same time. Another one that I'm not a huge fan of in the summertime because it's so powdery and sweet, and it's one of those more suffocating type of lavenders. It can be cloying if sprayed super heavy. But I get great performance. I've recommended this fragrance to death. Here and now I'm recommending it again. Sub $40 price range. Hard to beat. One of the best fragrances money can buy, in my opinion. And look, tons of people have taken my advice, and the overwhelming majority have enjoyed it. But of course, there's that percentage of people that it was just okay, or they couldn't do it, they couldn't stand it. That happens. So blind buy at your own risk. I am not encouraging you to blind buy it. If you can sample it, if you got a Ferragamo store near you, go check it out. Do something like that. But if you like the thrill of the blind buy, this is a thrilling blind buy for me anyways. All day long. One of the greats on this channel. Salvatore Ferragamo, Acqua Essenziale Blue. Well, that was this week's rotation. And until next time, do me a favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What did you guys wear this week? Definitely sound off below. It's kind of a gloomy day here today. It's 8:12 a.m. in the morning here, and I'm having to set up soft lighting because it's just so dark in the room. Kind of surprised. Normally I would have some natural lighting to work with, so it's not going to be a sunny day. It's going to be a gloomy, rainy day. But that's okay. It's a football type of day. Be kicking back, watching some NFL here on Sunday, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.